We have a watermelon to pick.
And I look like I just struck oil.
This delivery is popping! Little holes where they like poop out squash. Pumpkin! Do you like my melons?
I love your melons.
Well, not even 2 weeks ago, we started our pumpkin. These are jack-o'-lantern and acorn squash seedlings. We put them in the greenhouse. We've been making sure they got plenty of water, and look at what we have.
Man, they've grown so fast.
So excited. I think we may have close to all 96 of them. So we're gonna plant these. These are in the squash family. They're similar to zucchinis and cucumbers. They're gonna be spreaders. So we wanna make sure that they have enough space. We're gonna be making not exactly mounds. I'm calling these hills. We're gonna put 2 per, and we're gonna space these rows out about 2.5 feet, and each plant about 2.5 feet.
We got our work cut out for us, baby.
Also, just want to put out there, it is like 90 degrees and the humidity is like, I don't even know. It feels like it's 100%.
We're working about 20 minutes and we're dripping already.
Crazy hot right now.
We also have a fence on the way. It's gonna be delivered later today. The farm is getting much more lush and fruitful, and we're seeing a lot of rabbits running around here. Now we gotta protect it. So.
And the thing about pumpkins and squash is that they are actually really tasty little plantlings for critters. You can tell right now they're very little and kind of fragile. There we go, but look at that. They've got roots from seed to plant in less than 2 weeks.
I believe we must have talked about it when we were putting them in these little guys, but you want to put the seeds kind of vertically. You don't want to lay them flat like that, or else they won't grow correctly, right?
You could do it.
Right.
I'm also trying as I go, because, you know, North Carolina has very clay-like soil. So I'm kind of trying to break up as much of that as I can. Hoping there's not going to be too much clay for these pumpkins, but this is our first time using this land in this way. You never know what your first year yield is going to be, if you're going to have any yield at all.
You're doing great, Tim. Thanks, bud. So we're gonna do the pumpkins on one side of this beautiful poop field here. Once we get to the squash on the other side, we're just gonna do the same thing. So right now, just making these little mounds, and we're gonna get all these babies in the ground as soon as we can.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a thing of beauty, my love.
Yeah.
Well, Lana's going to take a goat break because we were doing a lot of work here, and very quickly we found out for some reason the soil is very rocky and clumpy, and we can break our backs all day making these mounds and planting them in, but it's going to be for naught if we do it that way. So thankfully we didn't do too much work. I made about 20 mounds, and that's not that hard. But we need to take a run to Home Depot right now, get some soil, because we're going to pour the soil on top of here. It needs to be much looser for this to take off and for the roots to really sink in. So right now we're sweating up a storm. We got a nice little pre-workout going. We'll get back to this once we get all 40 bags of the soil that we need. Okay. It's a good solid mound.
Yeah. We also decided to buy a pop-up tent. We just have to. I mean, we're gonna get heat stroke out here.
Save us during those 8-hour weeding days that we've had.
Yep.
Get back over here! Dorothy, run! Yeah! Take it! How's it going?
It's going, but it ain't easy.
Did one too many there.
Down to the last 3 flats of pumpkins.
Already? Hell yeah. Now things are moving along, huh?
Yeah. If we do end up with extra space and we feel we want to do this again, we can always plant watermelon.
Well, we just finished planting all the pumpkins and I look like I just struck oil. So now we're gonna move on to the squash. We're off to a good start. Yeah. First squash going in the ground. Oh. There you are. Perfect. I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're crazy. Now, after finishing up all our squash and beautiful pumpkins to be, now we're gonna get the fence going.
We chose to go with the wooden stakes as opposed to metal or plastic. Fencing is not cheap, folks. We would be very, very, very sad if all of this hard work, blood, sweat, and tears got destroyed by bunny rabbits, because melon and squash leaves, especially at this early stage, are really, really tasty to critters. They taste like the fresh summer salad. We're not gonna let them have a sample of that salad.
Or else then I'll have to kill them, and I don't need that on my conscience. So.
There we go.
You can go further, quitter.
Wild man.
Yeah.
So we bought some relatively affordable netting. This is supposed to be good for a lot of critters, including deer. Got my handy dandy zip ties here. Make it nice and tight there. I love zip ties.
So, were you thinking about an entrance?
Good point. Right here. I'm gonna go right to the bottom. I think this might be just enough anyway to confuse a little rabbit. They'll just be like, why? My paws are stuck, I can't.
All right, so we just finished our amazing little plot for our pumpkins and our squash. This 100-foot fence we bought turned out to literally be the exact amount that we needed, so that was just a happy accident. But we're all done, and we're really happy with it. We made a little flappy here so that we can get in and out. Lana's over there harvesting some zucchinis. And thank you to the rain gods for blessing us for a job well done. As soon as we finished, it started raining on us. We're gonna go get on dinner, so.
I don't even have enough hands for all this goodness. But we got a bunch of zooks and a bunch of cutes, and this rain feels good. Oh man. Oh. Okay, I'm going in to stuff these zooks for dinner. Bye, y'all.
Perfect job, my darling.
Thank you, baby.
So here we are in our amazing pumpkin patch. We ended up having a lot more room than we expected, so we just finished plotting in some cantaloupes and some watermelon. And here we've got some ambrosia muskmelon. We're not sponsored by Tesla. Some crimson sweet. And this beautiful little guy is a Ledmon watermelon. Boy, you're gonna be tasty. I can't wait to have that this summer. It's gonna be so good.
What's going on here?
You know, just making,
Pretty dresses. And that's gonna be 5 this next season.
I'm
Yeezy
sexy
boo.
for this outfit.
Yeah, you are. Take it off right now.
We are doing something that hopefully will save us some work throughout the summer. Weeding has been one of our biggest hurdles on this farm since we are organic. We're not using any chemicals to stop the weeds. So we are out there sometimes for literally 8 to 12 hours weeding. We decided we don't want to do that for the pumpkin patch. So we are using premium weed barrier landscape fabric. This brand is Stay Green. We picked this up at, I don't know if it was Lowe's or Home Depot, one of those stores. Essentially, what this does is you place it over your soil, not over your plant, but over your soil, and this stops weeds from growing in your soil because weeds need sun and this chokes them out. So I am currently in the process of making these holes for our pumpkins and our melons.
And if it works, I'm going to be the happiest man alive.
We're gonna make sure that all the leaves are outside of the fabric. Not too worried right now about these gaps. We'll go through with leftover fabric and fill in those gaps for weeds, but it's kind of sweet. I feel like we're just like blanketing our babies. When we're all done with this phase, we're gonna come back with these little metal pins and just pop them in, and that'll keep the fabric from blowing away in the wind.
What we got going over here, baby?
I'm making it snow.
Wow, in June?
This is a diatomaceous earth.
Pretty.
We finished, as you can see, putting down the weed barrier fabric. It took kind of a couple different days because of this heat. Now we're having an issue with something called a squash bug. Squash bugs are little beetle type critters, and they feed on the leaves and the roots of squash plants. We first noticed them on our zucchini plants. I'm trying to focus the diatomaceous earth on the roots. That's where you can see the damage here and here on the root. That's where the guys are crawling and trying to uproot. So diatomaceous earth is basically like, I'll read it to you. It's hard to describe. Crushed up shell calcium, I think.
Okay.
It's very, very, very fine dust. And what happens is when these beetles and things walk over it, it busts into their exoskeleton, creates holes, and they basically die.
Good. Kill them all.
I hope this is worth it. Otherwise, we're gonna lose a lot of our squash to bugs, and I don't really want to do that. So again, another challenge of organic farming.
Makes me want to squash them all.
All right.
Action.
Well, it's been what?
Sorry, as soon as you said action, it goes bark, bark, bark.
Hi, Princess Mommy.
Take two. Bark, bark. You got a lot to say, don't you?
So it's been 3 weeks since we planted our pumpkins, our acorn squash, watermelon, cantaloupe. Talk about bang for your buck. We started all of this by seed. If you remember, we planted them, we put them in the greenhouse. They were tiny, tiny little babies when we put them in the ground. And this is insane.
We were showing our neighbor this morning and he was like, you guys are going to need to like figure out
How to sell.
because you're going to have no short of an abundance of everything. So that's encouraging.
I've never grown pumpkins before. I have grown acorn squash. I have never grown cantaloupe. I have never grown watermelons. On that far left-hand side.
Okay. It's okay.
Go. No,
Oh.
Teddy.
How many times do you get that, Negro?
And we're already starting to get our first blooms or buds. If pollinated correctly, will turn into pumpkins. Let's see if I can find our first tiny cantaloupe baby. There's one. That there, if it continues to pollinate correctly, would become a cantaloupe. Talk about successes and failures or things that we've learned. These are squash bugs. They're assholes. And ow, yeah, they're just sharp. I have to manually remove them and kill them. Squash bugs suck. They're on, unfortunately, all of our squash varieties. When you're organic, again, you're gonna have issues like this. One of the things I had read online was literally go around and manually take them off and crush them in your hand or put them in a jar and throw it out or whatever you feel is the most humane thing to do in your life. I personally take them and just crush them by hand, which is gross. They leave a very strange smell and it washes off with water. These are the things you learn.
Yes, she does crush the bug with her hand and then sniff it and proceed to tell me.
I do. I sniff it.
It smells so weird. You want to sniff? Like,
Just saw one on here.
Good.
They like to kind of eat from the underside. There's one.
Oh,
Bye.
there he goes.
Flew away. And they fly, which makes it extra hard. Yeah. There you go. They also like to lay their eggs on the underside of plants. This is education for all of you about squash bugs. They lay these little red metallic eggs in little bunches under the leaves. If you let them hatch, then you've got 20 more squash bugs to deal with, and that happens over and over and over again. Well, that's all I gotta say about squash bugs. They suck. They actually like to eat and hollow out the roots. Once the root's gone, the rest of the vine dies, you're done. We're expecting a lot of rain tomorrow, so I was gonna say let's not Diatomaceous, but you know what? It might be worth it to just have it there for tonight and start working its way. Gotta do what you gotta do. You can't be lazy on the farm. Just can't.
I'll let you go down.
Pumpkins! Pumpkins! Lavender! Lavender! Vegetables!
Vegetables!
Decorative corn! Decorative corn!
Would you look at all these acorn squash?
A lot of them.
Yeah.
We have a watermelon to pick.
We do?
Come on.
What?
Over here. Watch your step. It's hard to get around.
There's so many going on here.
Little bit of a lesson here. I got my fingerprints on it because I've been fondling it over here. So there's two ways to know when your watermelon are ripe. The first way is by looking at the bottom. And if you see this yellow creamy color, that's an indication that your watermelon is ripe. The other indication is sound. So I'm gonna knock on it. See how hollow that sounds?
That's good sound.
Versus not quite, right? Now that one is starting to yellow, but it's not as
getting there.
creamy as this one. I can't wait. This is a big day. This might be our biggest produce on this farm. Can't wait to cut into this.
I know. It's a hot day. We need it.
But my mom's visiting today with Jim, and they're helping us with some drainage stuff on the farm, and now we have a little snack for all of us.
Yeah.
I'm pretty darn excited.
Me too.
It's as big as my head.
I know it is. That's
Successful
awesome.
Watermelon.
First watermelon. Boom.
Watermelon, yay!
Hey, woo!
Oh, I'm even wearing like a watermelon color.
Hey, you are, aren't you?
I
I gotta go change. Hey, you are too.
Go for it.
just came in. My hands are very clean. I washed the watermelon. I just came in from killing squash bugs on these plants, and I took the test, and it's ready. So,
Okay, man.
Oh,
Ooh, it just sank
that's
right in
perfect.
like.
oh my goodness,
It's ready.
it's
Not ready.
Well, hold on. This is called a Ledmon watermelon.
Ah.
What's the difference?
Maybe the color is supposed
I
to
don't
be
know.
like
We
this.
should look it up.
We'll be right back.
It's fantastic. I mean, it's not as like sweet.
That's pretty good. Very big seeds. Mm-hmm. Very big seeds.
Wow. We didn't know much about a Ledmon watermelon. And now I'm looking at pictures, and I think maybe it could have ripened a little bit more on the vine. But
Although
the
they still
Ledmon-
taste good. They almost kind of taste like a watermelon cucumber.
Very,
Very
very refreshing.
Yeah, very good.
Says the Ledmon watermelon, also known as Ledmon watermelon, is an heirloom variety that originated in Guilford County,
That's
North
crazy.
Carolina, which is
Exactly
this
where we are.
county. Yeah, so this watermelon is from here. It says it's known for its sweet red flesh and distinctive white seeds. So I would say could have been a little longer, even though I did all the things I was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's still very, very tasty, and we will definitely leave these a little bit longer on the vine.
So today's a pretty exciting day.
We have melons, we have varietal winter squashes, we have cantaloupe, and the beginnings of our baby jack-o'-lanterns, which I'm hoping are just taking a little while because it's, they're supposed to be ready a little bit later. But we have been dealing with some issues. You've heard me talk about the squash bugs. You've heard me talk about the squash bug eggs. Here's an example right here. We hate them. We squash them with our fingers, and we have to keep doing that more right here. Again, organic, guys. This is like constant upkeep. I'm gonna show you a little bit of damage on our winter squash as well. We also have these little burrowing worms that like to go inside of these squash, and they make little holes, and then they like poop out. There's a hole, and then they like poop out squash. Irritating. So we try to pick those ones. These are like decorative winter squash. Again, they're sort of a varietal. You've seen these at fall time. Here's a great example of one that you would see at a grocery store as a decorative squash. Beautiful, probably pretty darn close to ready. And we've got so many different kinds of them. So here's like white. Oh, got some squash bugs too. Squash. Some white. That's like more of like an acorn squash. And then squash bug. Dead.
Crush.
That's what you got to do. You can't be squeamish. And you can see my eggshells kind of scattered around because we've been, you know, of course, recycling our eggshells to help keep the bugs down. And nematodes, of course, our Nemonites nematodes, we are constantly using them. They're really great to use when you're going to have a lot of rain. The rain opens them up, and then they eat larvae of different bugs. So
They've definitely been great for a variety of reasons and different crops, and they've definitely saved us on more than one occasion. So we found something that works, we're sticking with them.
Absolutely. They really do help a lot. If cameraman Kevin just pans around here, look at how thick our squash fields are at this point now. And they've all kind of mixed together, which is really interesting because they grow vines. And so sometimes we find a watermelon in a pumpkin plant. And that is because they just spread their very, very long tendrils. Here's an example of one that has come from this root and is going all the way down here.
They're so cool.
I want to talk about one other thing that's difficult are these burrowing worms. They actually eat the roots of your squash plants. And so we had this happen with our zucchinis. I'm still learning what to do about it. I'm hoping nematodes. A friend of mine said that when they're baby plants, you should actually put a little bit of tin foil around those roots so that when they grow, those squash burrowing bugs can't get in there. I think next year that's probably something we might just have to do.
Too late to try now.
It is a little bit too late at the size that they are and the damage that's already been done. My hope is that we'll still get jack-o'-lanterns, and if we don't, we tried. We'll try again next year. What we do know is that we've got tons of our winter squash, and we've got what looks like a ton of watermelon and cantaloupe. I think we have a ripe cantaloupe, and I think we have a ripe mini watermelon, which is different from the Ledmon. So let's see here. Oh yeah.
Wow, look at that. Woo!
Falling right off.
Pops right up, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, it is. Hello, you.
Okay. That's a beauty. All right, now let's go over to that cantaloupe that I saw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, feel hot.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That one definitely sounds like a good hollow melon.
Start a band right here.
If this one is ripe, then I would say maybe we have a couple more. Look at this giant one right here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Lordy.
That's a really, really big one. All right, let's pop it in the basket. Let's go taste these.
Okay.
All right, we've got our melons. We've got our cutting board. Which one do you want to start with?
That's a good question. I mean, we already tried one of these. I am curious if it's better than the one we took before, but I'm gonna go for the cantaloupe.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I've never grown cantaloupe. I mean,
sounds like a coconut.
I just really hope it's ready.
Ooh, that's a nice, satisfying check. Wash your fingers, baby.
Ooh, it smells like cantaloupe. Oh, see pink. Oh, wow.
I'd say that looks right to me.
Y'all.
Wow. Look at that orange.
That is beautiful.
Wow. Looks juicy.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
The color, the gradient
something.
from the green to the orange is just like so stunning.
It's gorgeous. For you, my love.
Okay.
For you, my Kev.
Mmm. Holy crap. Y'all should see Kevin's face. Oh my goodness.
Looks very stoked. Wow.
Mmm.
Seed. But wow.
That is so juicy, so tender, absolutely ripe. This piece right here, we can do one of two things. We can take these seeds, then we can dry them out, and then we have cantaloupe to start from seed next year. Or we can give it to the chickens. They will absolutely love it. We've tried our cantaloupe. It was phenomenal.
Moving on. Would you like the honors this
I
time?
really hope. Again, it's our first time picking one of this. This is a mini standard watermelon. I think they were called something sweet. They all have names. This sounds really hollow.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's what you want. So, okay, I'm gonna...
Doesn't seem like it's sinking as easy.
I see pink.
You do?
I do.
Gasp. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Isn't that beautiful? beautiful.
It is. Wow.
I would say that's
brilliant
probably pretty ripe, judging by the color of the seeds turning darker and not being really white. Do you like my melons?
I love your melons.
Oh, it smells like a watermelon.
Sure does.
Cheers.
my
Look how
darling.
beautiful. My gosh. Wow.
That is very good.
Absolutely. Wow. So much juice. Just running down the knife there.
We got a lot coming too. I think we're going to be able to sell
Yeah.
quite a few.
Grow melons. You'll be happy about it.
I know I am. So happy about it.
Wow. Well, friends, that is the end of our pumpkin patch. We got melons, we got gourds. We didn't really get any pumpkins. That there is our wonderful neighbor Tom helping out. I love that, Mr. Tom.
Happy first day of fall, everybody. We are on our way to get some incredible pumpkins, aren't we, baby?
We are best season of all.
Can you tell that this one loves Halloween?
So we didn't have the best luck growing our own pumpkins.
It was unfortunate.
Got gourds, got melons,
Not quite enough to do what we were hoping for, though.
pumpkins.
We were hoping to get enough to decorate for our wedding and sell in front of our farm stand.
We only got 2 small pumpkins.
True.
They were this big. So, because we have this dream of selling pumpkins at our farm stand, we are on our way right now to another farm to pick up 2 pallets
A ton of pumpkins.
of pumpkins. We're getting XL size pumpkins, which I have no idea exactly how big
Yeah, I
those
know.
are going to
Let's
be.
see how XL they're talking, huh?
Yeah. And also heirloom pumpkins, which are like the fairy tale ones. They're like really pretty. They have like funny warts and they're multicolored and
Yeah.
they're like flattened.
That character.
Weird, yeah. So, and whatever pumpkins we don't sell, we're going to be using to decorate our wedding.
I can't wait. So either way, you know, even if they don't sell, it's still being put to good use, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to look great, babe.
Yeah. Pumpkin day!
Pumpkin day!
Will we be able to fit 2 pallets worth of pumpkins in our Lavender Goat
We're
truck?
going to find out.
We don't know.
That is the question.
So, we're going to find out.
Wow. That's what I was worried about.
We're definitely not going to be able to fit 2 pallets.
Yeah.
The truck's going to go down.
Yeah. Oh no.
We're going to have to be careful. They're helping us out. There we go. Ratchet strap. That's nice and tight. Thank you so much.
This pumpkin's going nowhere.
The weight of these pumpkins on this truck is a little bit frightening.
It's like we have an elephant back there.
2 elephants.
2 elephants.
So, we're going to drive slow and hopefully not flip this vehicle.
We'll see.
We're going to see. We're really putting this Lavender Goat truck to the test here, but
Yeah.
I'm so excited about these.
Me
And
too.
The heirlooms are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look how pretty that is. So
perfection.
pretty.
Yeah, you happy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very. It's Halloween time.
Happy Halloween. All right. Let's see if we can actually go anywhere.
This delivery is pumping.
Well, somehow made it with a metric ton of pumpkins. This car was not designed for this much weight. Alas, we have done it. Now we just got to figure out where to put these babies. We were doing them in the garage, but we got a lot of boxes to burn. Get out of the way. You got pumpkins? Is the pumpkin dance? Let me in on this. I can't. There's no way for my car. We got pumpkins. We got pumpkins. We got pumpkins.
Wow, I just whacked my head.
You watch your head.
I know.
Don't do that.
I tried to use it as a hat.
It doesn't work like that.
It's heavy. Look at these beauties. These are the heirlooms. They are so magical and
Gorgeous.
whimsical.
What?
Excuse me.
Excuse you.
I have a call.
Another
I gotta
call?
take this.
Oh, God.
It's my agent.
Where's my calls?
He said, this delivery is pumping.
Oh, shit.
Hi, chickens. Chickens, new chickens.
Special delivery.
We got pumping. Yes, not for you. Not for you, chickens.
Oh, don't tease the chickens.
The jelly.
Hey, what are we selling, baby? We selling pumpkins? Wow. Oh, we're about to get some crazy bits.
I went to school.
You went to school. Oh no.